Styrofoam and concrete. Is that the way to build your house? I'm Consumer Bob. I'll tell you why one man's doing it. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
NBC 7 San Diego News now.
Well, from the outside, you won't notice anything different about a house going up in Encinitas.
But on the inside, there is something very different from the average house. Instead of wood, it's made of styrofoam and concrete. NBC 7's Consumer Bob is here to tell us why they did that.
Well, you're walking down the street, all of a sudden there's a styrofoam house going up. It does catch your eye, I'll tell you why. As I say, it's an unusual sight. First, because we're not seeing that many homes built in San Diego right now. But more than that, this is a house without wood. A house design that is slowly growing in popularity, not as much for what it isn't made of, but what it is made from. Concrete flows from the mixer to the walls of Steve Reeder's new home. It's only in the beginning stages, but it's already attracting a crowd.
The neighbors out here have just been flocking around the job site looking at everything that's going on.
What's catching their eye? A house whose walls seem to be built from styrofoam. So they just fit together?
Yeah, just snap together just like a Lego.
Foam walls 2 5/8 thick on either side actually stand as permanent forms for a wall of fresh concrete. It starts in the basement, but will eventually grow to a 2-story home.
We didn't want to build a house with wood. My wife didn't want anything to do with the mold, mildew, termites.
It's a marine grade styrofoam, so it doesn't break down.
David Livingston is the contractor and has been building these concrete and foam houses in San Diego for more than 10 years.
You know, the biggest benefit is the energy that you use less of for heating and cooling, and typically the more extreme the weather, the better this performs.
Building your home with styrofoam and concrete is more common in areas with extreme weather like Canada and parts of the Midwest. It's not so common here in San Diego.
We were going to do one back in Nebraska, and we decided that when we came out here we wanted to bring the same technology.
A technology that provides a much more efficient and quieter home at a cost of about 5% more than a traditional block and wood home.
And so there will be very little wood on the house other than the wood doors and cabinets in the house.
The home will blend into the neighborhood when it's done with outside siding and indoor drywall. But behind the scene, a 12-inch concrete and foam core. Now again, these homes have been popular around the country for years, but less so here in San Diego. As for earthquakes, the steel reinforced concrete meets the same standards. As for fires, the foam will eventually melt, but they are more resistant to flames than a traditional wood frame home.